Hello and good evening. I'm Amanda Alfonso. You're watching Goa 365. First, the headlines. Opposition alleges land sale scam by Housing Board. Anganwadi workers stage protest march. Now the news in detail. On the fourth day of the monsoon session of the Legislative Assembly, the opposition took on the Housing Minister, Mickey Pacheco, and alleged a scam in the sale of prime Housing Board land at Reis Magus to private developers.
The Poingini MLA Ramesh Tavadkar asked the Housing Minister, Mickey Pacheco, to disclose the names of the ex-chairman and the directors involved in the land deal.
बोर्डा संदर्भात जी रेस मागूची जमीन घेतलेली एक्वायर केली आणि ती नंतर दिली गेली त्या वेळाचेर ज्या वेळाची जमीन दिली गेली त्या वेळाचेर कोण चेअरमन आशिल्लो आणि बोर्डाचे डायरेक्टर कोण आशिल्ले?
Speaker, sir, the board is continuous process. फुडले कोण असले म्हाका नांव ना चेअरमॅन कोण असले ते आनी बोर्डाचे डायरेक्टर कोण असले ते पूण म्हाका दिसता ऑनरेबल MLA कितें जाय म्हायती ती म्हज्यान दिवपाक जाता.
He also asked him to furnish details of the rate at which the land was sold.
2007 जी जमीन दिली गेली की त्या वेळाचेर इतले बार्देस सारख्या तालुक्याची जमनी आज गोंयची जमनी आसा न्ही 5,000 10,000ची पावल्ली आसा की त्या वेळाचेर एक्झॅक्ट बाबा त्या ठिकाणी जमीन कितले बाबा किती कशी स्क्वेअर मीटर आशिल्ली अशी
प्रॉपर्टी जेन्ना इकली तेन्ना तेजो सेल प्रायस आसलो 3,36,12,090.
Speaking on the issue, the leader of the opposition, Manohar Parrikar, read out the reports of the Comptroller and Auditor General, which substantiated his claim that the deal was a big scam.
Speaker sir, ministran म्हणले की ती फॉरेस्ट एरिया म्हणून. हांव फुडले प्रश्न विचारना. मिनिस्टराक एक गजाल खबर आसा काय कितें? जर फॉरेस्ट एरिया आसत जाल्यार सेक्शन 2(3) of the Forest Act makes it mandatory that you have to take prior permission for selling the land. Has he taken prior permission from the central government for selling the land?
Speaker sir, म्हाका ते रेकॉर्ड ना जे प्रायवेट परमिशन घेतला जाल्यार.
Speaker sir, हांव कंट्रोलर ऑडिटर जनरलाच्या रिपोर्टा वयल्यान वाचता की they have not taken the prior page number 74, 31st March 2007. The Goa Housing Board, however, did not obtain the approval of central government before selling this forest land to a private party. Thus, the sale of forest land was done in contravention of provision contained in the Forest Conservation Act. हांव हाजे करना पयर आमकां दिला ताजी पेज नंबर 74 वयले हांव स्टेटमेंट वाचता. So if Controller General has clearly said that there is no permission taken, they have already violated, Housing Board has violated the Forest Conservation Act. Will he take action against the person who is responsible for these steps?
Mr. Parrikar demanded a proper investigation into the issue, to which the Housing Minister, Mickey Pacheco, agreed.
Scrutiny of the tender application form and the tender form submitted indicated that a person who had signed a request for tender form for Mahadev Homes, who has purchased the property, and one who had quoted the rate and signed tender for Paramount Buildwell are one and the same person. Same way, further person who had filed a tender form for Pastina Holiday Home, who has also signed for Mahadev Homes as a partner, forwarding part payment of 50 lakh, was also one and the same person. These are controller auditor here. Therefore, there are enough proofs indicating connection between parties and possible collusive or cartel bidding. Sir, CBI crime branch
Definitely, I'll go into detail and I'll take action against even the if
no, hand over the matter to the crime branch to investigate and give you the report. Prima facie they can investigate, give you the report, because CAG is already directly indicting. Sara सांगता ते loss केलाय म्हणून 100 कोटी.
Let me go to the report. And
the heading of this report is 6.7 crore loss of 6.7 crores in disposal of land at Reis Magus by Housing Board. That is the heading of this. So will you give it to crime branch for at least preliminary investigation?
Speaker sir, I'll go through all this documentation and if I get enough evidence, definitely I'll do.
Raising the issue of the contamination of drinking water with sewage in Panjim, the leader of the opposition Manohar Parrikar was able to get an assurance from the PWD Minister Churchill Alamau to change the entire pipeline by 2009.
मिनिस्टर म्हाका सांगूंक शकत की पणजेच्यो सेंट्रल पणजे ज्यो लायन आसा त्यो गेल्या 5 वर्सांत कितल्या खेपाक कॉन्टामिनेटेड जाल्या. कॉन्टॅमिनेटेड म्हणजे सिवेज तातूंत भितर मिक्स जाल्या अशें कितल्या खेपा इन्सिडंट घडले ह्या लायनीनी कितें खबर आसा. करंटली जाला तो तरी खबर आसा. रिसेंटली स्पिकर सर हो प्रश्न विचारपाचो हेतू इतलो आशिल्लो की सेंट्रल पणजेन पयलींच्यो ते AC 30-40 वर्सांच्यो लायनी उरल्या आनी डिपार्टमेंट आतां 2 वर्सां जाले पयशे हे करून सगळे एप्रूव करून प्रोजेक्ट. एवरी इयर देर इज 1 or 2 areas which get hepatitis virus through septic tanks or sewage which mixes with water because the lines are old. Sometimes it happens in the buildings, they don't check that, but sometimes it happens in the pipeline also. आणि मागीर प्रॉब्लेम सुरू जाता. पूण हे पास करून घेतलेले म्हळ्यार आतां पळय कितले फक्त 6,000 हे घाले खंय. This total you have laid only about something like 4,000 or 5,000, 3,755 meters in place of 13,245 meters. Will you ensure that as soon as the rain is over, the balance work is taken up?
Municipality जो president पडे हा म्युन्सिपालिटी जो प्रेसिडेंट पडे हा त्याने ऑब्जेक्शन आधी हाडले. हे पाटी त्याने सांगला आपल्याक ऑब्जेक्शन ना तू कर म्हूण. हो पावस केलो की ना हांव ताबडतोब कॉमेंट्स करता. 2009 तुका
परमिशन आतांच मूव करपाक लाय डिपार्टमेंटाक. ते कितें करतात ऑक्टोबर जातकच मागीर परमिशनाक मुकता. दे कॅन मूव अ परमिशन रिक्वेस्ट फॉर ऑक्टोबर, नोव्हेंबर, डिसेंबर, जानेवारी. पोरू तशेंच जालें पास जाल्ले पण मागीर परमिशन लेट मूव केलें
ना. परमिशन दित म्हूण सांगिल्लें हांव परमिशन रोखडें घेता आनी रोखडें कॉमेंट्स करता.
Aggrieved Anganwadi workers today staged a protest march to highlight the various issues plaguing their fraternity. As informed at a meeting convened by them recently, the Akhil Goa Rajya Anganwadi Karmachari Sanghatna staged a protest and were seen marching towards the Secretariat at Porvorim to submit a memorandum to the Women and Child Development Minister this evening. The rally, which was proceeding towards the Secretariat complex, was stopped by the police before reaching the Mandovi Bridge. Speaking to our reporter, President of the Union, Mukta Naik, accused the government of not fulfilling their long-pending demands in spite of repeated assurances made to them.
गेल्या आता आमचे जे सीएम आसा दिगंबर कामत यांच्याकडे आम्ही कळकळीन सांगले इतले जे सीएम जाऊन गेले यांच्याकडे जो आमचे जो निवेदन दिल्ले आसा त्याचेर आमचे कांयच जाल्ले ना. तेन्ना तुम्ही तरी त्याचेर लक्ष घाला आणि आमचो प्रश्न सोडा. तर तांच्यानी आमकां सांगले की ह्या जे तुमचे जे निवेदन आसा हेची तुमची जी फायल आसा आपण त्याचेर पुरेपूर्ण अभ्यास करता आणि रोखडोच तुमकां न्याय दिता म्हणून. पण आजपर्यंत याने आमकां एक दीस अपॉइंटमेंट सुद्धा दिल्ली ना आणि अपॉइंटमेंट दिवन सुद्धा जे कितें तुमचे कित्या बद्दल कशें जाला अंगणवाडी कशो चलता तुमकां पगार कितलो मेळटा वर्कर म्हणजे कितें हेल्पर म्हणजे कितें आनी ताका कांयच आजून पर्यंत आमकां तेंच्यांनी कांयच विचारलेलें ना. आनी हे आज जाप सांगपा खातीर आज ह्यो हजारांनी आमच्यो बाई आनी हेल्पर हांगा जमलेले आसा आनी तेजें उत्तर दिवपा खातीर आमी आतां विधानसभेचेर वचपा खातीर हांगा रेडी जाल्ले आसा.
The protest march was held to demand parity to Anganwadi workers with government employees, especially as the government has evoked the Essential Services Maintenance Act ESMA on them.
अत्यावश्यक सेवा आसा ह्यो अंगणवाडी वर्कर आनी हेल्पर करता म्हणून तुमकां हो कायदो लागू आसा आनी त्या कायद्याक लागून आमकां दिसले की आमी गव्हर्नमेंट सर्वंट जाली तर आमकां परिपत्रक दिया म्हणून आमी तेंचे कडेन मागणी केली.
The Anganwadi issue also reverberated in the assembly, with the opposition taking on the Women and Child Development Minister Ravi Naik on the issue of the Anganwadi workers.